Okay, so this is my first sketchbook tour, and I hope to inspire some of you watching this. It's a Paul Rubens sketchbook, A6, and it's the perfect size for me because I'm able to sketch pretty quickly. It is watercolor paper, and majority of this does not have watercolor in it yet. These are just my finished sketches. Some of them are inked. There we go. This is my first page. I plan on watercoloring it with sort of like a loose wash in the background and then more details in the front. But for now, we've got the sketch done. It's a hand study, and then whenever I do any form of studies, I have to add something mystical or more interesting to hold my attention while I'm drawing. I can't just copy something and leave it at that. On to the next one. This one, I just adore the colors on it. It has some Artex wash for the background and the skin tone and the base color on this, and then the remainder are Caran d'Ache luminance pencils, I believe. Oh, and a Sakura pocket brush pen. And I believe I titled this Winter's End. This one I was able to complete digitally. It turned out pretty cool. This one was fun. I named it Carrington Event. I did complete it digitally, but I'm probably going to go ahead and finish this in watercolors at some point because the digital sketch came out a bit desaturated because of the computer settings that I had on my tablet at the time. This one is not something I would normally do, but it holds a pretty strong significance from a past event. Here, I'm not sure if you can pick it up or not, but there are daisies inside of the leaves. And it was pretty much meant to be a study-ish to see whether or not I was able to overlap things properly. The more complex something is, it can get pretty difficult sometimes. It's also very fun, though. Very satisfying when you complete something like that. Alright. This guy. A giant. I think I did this a couple Easters ago. Very fun character design. Just a tulip with a silly bulb. I am a huge fan of folklore from all over the world, but especially Japan. So I have a lot of things that are yokai inspired. This one's not exactly yokai, but I named her Goddess of the Weather. A fun dragon, very dog-like, very cute to me. Little boy dressed up. I need to work on clothing. I'm pretty good at drawing naked figures, but I gotta get used to drawing clothes. This was fun. Multiple layers of washes in the background. This paper really does take a lot of liquid, and it barely buckles at all. It's wonderful. My only gripe about this watercolor paper is that if you use tape on it or masking fluid, it can tear a little bit, but it takes layer after layer after layer of watercolor. This one I'm looking forward to painting because it's going to show the contrast in the background better. He's supposed to be a fisherman who's used various fish scales to make a landscape painting. I might make like a larger scale version of this as well and actually show it stretched out. Kappa desires cucumbers. It's another yokai reference. Kappas are like these strange imp-like creatures that live in the water, and they're said to love cucumbers, and this cup is angry because he has grapes instead. This one, I'm not very satisfied with it, but people seem to enjoy it when I posted it. I sort of wasn't satisfied with the placement of the eye, and so I used this ribbon to cover that up. I like how the hair flows over it, and the nose, it's a bit more rendered than I would prefer, but still kind of cool. And that's the last of these, but I do have a couple pieces in the background, sorry, not the background, in the rear that I had done on some scrap Arches paper. Arches is a very expensive paper, but pole gall. It's a silly story of a seagull that liked to perch in a pool behind my fiance's work. An unfinished bookmark. I'm not entirely satisfied with this, but I do really enjoy the movement. I love making a sort of wind appear in my pieces. This one's like a guy underwater with a bunch of tadpoles flowing through his hair. And I guess you could say this is a kitsune girl. She's leaving paw prints instead of footprints. Alright, that's it. I hope something in here inspired you to draw your own artwork. I know it always inspires me to see others work like this, so I hope it inspires someone here today as well. Bye.